Everybody out there in Hot Rod Land, Phil coming to you once again from Carcraft Classics. Today we're showing off this gorgeous 2008 Corvette, but before we get started with that, for anybody maybe watching one of my videos for the first time, this is Carcraft Classics. We're located at 321 Canton Road here in Cumming, Georgia. Phone number for the shop is 470-239-4977. My name is Phil, I'm the owner here, and my cell number is 770-317-1415. We can also be reached via email at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. And be sure to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com, where there will be plenty of pictures of this car and all of our inventory. Here at Carcraft, we're focused on selling primarily classic cars, older stuff. Trucks, vehicles, muscle cars. We also sell wheel and tire packages, neon signs, stuff for your man cave, novelty items. It's a great place for hot rod enthusiasts. Check out our website again. It's carcraftclassics.com. So again, we usually are focused on the older stuff, but believe it or not, this is, you know, it's entering into classic, you know, status, this car. I mean, yes, it's a C6 Corvette and it's got a newer look, a contemporary look to it, but heck, this car is 15, 16 years old already. But I love the C6 Corvettes. I'm not really a 7 guy, and I haven't been in an 8 yet, but I absolutely love the 6s. I love the look. I love the cockpit. I love the drivetrain. But I'm always after the LS3. You know, if you know anything about C6 Corvettes, I believe they started in 2005 and ran until 13. But it wasn't until 2008 that General Motors decided to put in the LS3. They upgraded from the LS2, I believe, to the 3 in 2008 to 440 horsepower, I believe. But that LS3 is bulletproof. It just runs so good, so strong, plenty of power. And this bad boy even has a 6-speed manual transmission in it. So just a little about this car. I picked it up locally. It was purchased originally at Maxi Price Chevrolet. I did a little bit of research. It's got a completely clean Carfax. And I even went to the dealership and got a printout. I sent it to get an oil change, and I wanted to have them do it at the dealer so they could look it over. And they did, and they gave me a printout of all the service work that's been done to it, which basically amounts to nothing. I think a sunshade and a battery was put in the car, but that's about all it's had done. Knock on wood, it hasn't needed much at all. It's been a great running car for the previous owners and myself included. But I have that printout showing all the service work that's been done. I also was able to snag a printout of the original equipment that came with this particular car. I'll show you all that in just a minute. And again, the Carfax is clean. So what you have here is a low mile car. It's got only 43,000 miles, despite the fact that it's just, what, 15 years old, 16 years old. And I absolutely love this color scheme. Inside you have a two-tone interior. I'll show you that soon. It's black and titanium gray. Absolutely love that. About 2 or 3 months ago, I found one of these out in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think it was Charlotte or Raleigh. But anyway, it didn't turn out, when I did the research, to be a good car. It had been in an accident, had minor damage. The guy thought it was an 8, it was a 9. So it just didn't feel right, so I passed on it. But it was a Jetstream blue with a black top like this car. And it killed me to let it go because I absolutely love this color. But I did, and then this one popped up here locally, so I guess it was meant to be. Gorgeous, gorgeous Jetstream blue. It is a metallic color, and it is in excellent shape. Now again, the car is 15 years old, so it's got a chip or two. Got a little chip right there. I don't know if you can see it on the video. Looks like somebody touched it up somewhere sometime during its life. We'll get that hood down for you in a minute. But you can see the front end is not all chewed up. This car has been well taken care of. And as I mentioned, it hasn't been really driven much. 43,000 miles since 2008 is not very many miles per year. And there is that beautiful bulletproof LS3 fuel injected V8. Of course, it's got all the goodies: power steering, AC, power disc brakes, and it runs and drives really, really well. I've had it here at the shop, I guess now about maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months, and I've put probably 1,000 miles on it. I drive it home when the weather's nice. Never take it out in the rain, but when the weather is nice, I'll take it out and have some fun with it, and boy is she fun. Get that little spot right there. So again, LS3, it's the original, 43,000 miles, connected to a 6-speed manual transmission. And she'll throw you back in the seat, that's for sure. A couple of things I had done to the car since I've owned it. I'll show you in a moment, but there's a little spot in the windshield that had like a little chip, and I had the windshield guys come here and fill it in with the epoxy and all that. Also, these little mini struts, picked those up from GM while the car was getting an oil change at the dealership, because the hood and the trunk would not stay up. Those got tired, I guess, somewhere along the way, and those were replaced front and rear, both sides. The other thing is, when I got the car, it had, let's see, it had these wheels on it, which are the wheels with the Z51 package. I love the 5-spoke wheels. And you look through and you see those larger rotors which come with the Z51 package, drilled and slotted rotors, and I'll read off the package to you and what it all includes when I get over to the table there. But these wheels, when I bought the car, had plasti dip on them, and it looked absolutely terrible. The guy had just put these tires on that I bought the car from, and when they did the tires, when they put the tires on, they tore up the plasti dip, so it just looked terrible. It was killing me. So I took these wheels and had them powder coated gloss black, as you can see, and they came out fabulous. I definitely would give a shout out to the company that did it. It's called Alpha Wheel, and they're out in, I think, Lawrenceville, Beaufort area. Just Google them, Alpha Wheel. They did it for a reasonable price, and absolutely love the results. I almost went with the satin black to match the roof on this car, which is removable, by the way, but I thought it was just too nice a car to go with the flat black or the satin. Here we've got a newer matte back here. Just detailed the car myself, so it's nice and clean. Come back here a bit and show you everything. It is basically a stock car. It doesn't have a cam, the engine hasn't been opened up, anything like that. But somebody along the way changed a couple things that I'll mention throughout this video. One of them is the exhaust you're looking at right there. That's Borla catback exhaust. Sounds awesome. We will fire it up for you so you can hear it. Again, here's the trunk area, nice and clean. Got the automatic closing trunk, tinted windows. It's got that Borla exhaust. Factory wheels that have been powder coated, as I mentioned, in gloss black. Fresh tires in the factory size. Hopefully you can see that with the glare. Just gotta love the Jetstream blue. I don't see this color very often. And somebody also blacked out the side marker lights, both front and rear. Kind of a cool touch, not too over the top. It's a little windy today. Hopefully you can hear me clearly on the video. Anyway, look at that front profile. Gorgeous. Car has not been in any accidents and everything is working. 2008 C6 Corvette. Awesome in the sunlight. All right, so let's look at that spot on the windshield I mentioned to you. Got a little spider sitting here. Anyway, it's right there. It's really hard to see. It was larger when they did this process with the epoxy and everything. It got a lot smaller. Hopefully you can see that. But anyway, that's one of the things I did, along with the wheels, along with the hood struts and the trunk lid struts. She is bad to the bone. 43,000 miles. I think 43,300, something like that. In really, really, really immaculate shape. Lenses over the headlights are not all cloudy. Like sometimes that plastic can get cloudy. We all know that. If you're into cars, you know all about that. Absolutely love this car. And while I'm not opposed to the removable top that's glass that you can see through, I like that, but I really like this kind of satin combo with the black. The contrast looks really, really cool. So that one is not transparent like some of the other ones. Just so you know, it's kind of a, I wouldn't call it a flat, I would call it satin, because it has a little sheen to it. When we detail the car, it does shine up a little bit. But the look of the C6 Corvette is just timeless. It's killer. I just love it. Love the spoiler on the back. Love the Borla exhaust. She sure is pretty. Alright, let's get in here and show you the interior. Of course, it's keyless entry. You have to have your key in your pocket. I only have one key, unfortunately. One was lost along the way, but I'm sure we can pick one of those up for you if you'd like. Of course, the car has absolutely no rust in it. Way too new for any of that. Everything is in immaculate condition. There's that titanium two-tone interior in titanium gray and black. You know, switches aren't worn out. This car has been well taken care of. It has not been beaten to death like some Corvettes. Rockers, everything is in perfect shape. And if you know anything about Corvettes, you know sometimes if the wrong guy gets this car, or gal I guess, and they don't care when they get in and out, you can really wear out that seat. That's one of the things I always look for. This is my 6th or 7th Corvette, and I always double check to make sure the seat is not all torn up, because they can actually split at the seam and really just be a mess. This one, as you can see, is in great shape. It's got the Corvette logo right there on the back on the headrest. Again, we've got the two-tone interior, which is not so easy to find. And let's see. There we go. Let's see. Make sure there's no warning lights on the dash for you. Let's see, turn that off. Fire this sucker up. She sounds awesome, but not obnoxious. No big cam, like I said. Engine hasn't been cracked open. It's in great shape. Dash has no cracks in it or any problems. See if I can zoom out a little bit. all the warning lights are off on the dash, except of course the seat belt, and you can see the odometer reads 43,306. Automatic headlights, everything works. And one of the upgrades that was done to the car, which I typically don't enjoy, but I love it on this car, is this double din stereo was, you know, installed instead of, or replaced I should say, the stock radio, which looked more like the climate control that you see down there. Kind of antiquated, old school kind of LED screen. That's what kind of stereo it had in there, but now it has this Sony double din stereo with touchscreen. And I can't show you now because my phone is being used to film this video, but when you plug your phone in, it gives you all the Apple CarPlay, and I guess in my case Android, but GPS. So even though this is a 2008, and back then they didn't include GPS and other things in cars, it's included in this car because this stereo has that functionality. So when you get in, you plug your your stereo or your cell phone, and you'll be ready. You'll have GPS, all the apps on your phone. I use the Odyssey app to listen to sports radio. That's all included in here. You can play all the music on your music apps, and it is awesome. It is awesome. Of course, it has hands-free cell phone, you know, Bluetooth functionality as well. We've got the speaker right up here. So you got your hands-free cell phone operations going on in here. Feels like a newer car. Absolutely love that. Now, one of the other things that it has that was done before I got it is this killer short throw shifter. The company that makes it, that manufactures, is called MGW. I did a little bit of research, and they're actually located here in Georgia. So if you ever have any trouble with it, you can always check with those guys. MGW, you can see it there. So as a part of the package in this car, it got a little bit of carbon fiber touches. You can see the trim around the cup holders, and the middle console here is all carbon fiber style. Awesome. Hopefully you can see that. I know there's a little bit of glare, but little carbon fiber touches in here. Let's hear this baby roar a little bit. She'll go, believe it. So again, that's a short throw shifter, just getting back to that. So your shifting is, the distance between the gears is considerably less with this shifter. And of course it's got that killer kind of anodized or alloy shifter here, this stem, and then of course the old Hirsch shifter style ball on there. Don't hurt either. Absolutely love it. But short throw, you know, it doesn't do much for performance, but it feels like it. It's got a kind of a racy feel, and the shift, you know, feels a little bit more racy, but super cool. Matches the color of the car. I'm in love, if you haven't noticed already. I'm in love with a lot of my cars though, but this one I actually bought for me to enjoy, and I have definitely enjoyed it. So anyway, I'll walk over and give you another shot at that interior. Again, that top is removable. I don't take it off, but there's your automatic locking mechanism because the key has been removed from the cab there, from the cockpit as we call it. Again, this two-tone interior was an option with this car. Super cool. Seat over here is just like the driver's seat. It's in really, really good shape. Carpet's in great shape, super clean. Keep everything nice here at Carcraft Classics. We try to buy the best. Diamonds in the rough, so to speak. Cars that have been well maintained and well taken care of. That's what we're after. Again, we focus primarily on the classics, but I bought this for me to cruise around in, and boy, it's been fun. but it's ready for a new home. The asking price on this car is $31,500. And I know Corvettes pretty well, and I know that's a fair price for an '08 in this immaculate condition, with low miles, Jetstream blue, LS3, 6-speed manual. It's got it all. Refinished wheels. I mean, the car needs nothing. Pick it up, drive it wherever you want to go. Newer tires. All right, let's take a look over here. Here's the Carfax. You can see there, it says no accidents, 3 previous owners. Personal vehicle, last owned in Georgia. Last reported odometer reading was about 4,000 miles ago. This is the readout from General Motors that shows all the options. First one right there, you see the interior was an upgrade option, the Jetstream blue. Let's see what else. Removable top, sport suspension, the FE3 sport suspension. You can see there something about skip shift in the transmission, which I don't mess with. Got the heavy duty power brakes. Oh, that's another thing with the, you see that KA1 towards the bottom there? It's got the heated seats. I forgot to mention that to you, and that's nice in the wintertime for sure. It's got the 6-speed manual transmission cooling system, 430 horsepower, 6.2 liter LS3, dual zone electronic AC, insulation acoustical package, all that good stuff. And it is, should have mentioned this to you before, it is a 3LT trim package. It's got the Z51 performance package, and it's a 3LT package. And you know, some of the things that are important to people, the heads-up display. It's got the heads-up display for the speedometer on the windshield. It's projected up onto the windshield. Let's see what else is here in that equipment package. Bose premium 7-speaker system, heads-up display, power telescopic steering wheel, the heated seats, memory package for the power seats, side impact airbags, all the good stuff I mentioned. Down at the bottom there, you see it is a Z51 package. It's got the larger cross-drilled brake rotors, performance-tuned tires, stabilizer bars, springs, shocks, gear ratios. So essentially, you know, they changed the gear in it, which makes it feel a little bit faster, but they also did work for the brakes and suspension, so that's nice. Heads-up display and the heated seats, that's important as well. All right, let's see what else. Anything else worth talking about on here? Well, you guys can see it. Aluminum 5-spoke wheels, tilt leather wrap steering wheel, and this is a listing of what's been done at the dealership as far as service. So again, not really anything to talk about there. I think a battery and a sunshade, something like that, but the car really hadn't had much work at the dealer at all. Sorry about that, I lost you there for a minute. But anyway, clean Carfax, low miles, Jetstream blue, beautiful 2008 Corvette C6 for sale. Asking price again is $31,500. We can help with financing. We can help with shipping anywhere in the lower 48. We can put it right in your driveway, or you can fly in and drive it home. Has absolutely no mechanical or aesthetic issues at all. And if you want any light customization done, like, I'm not sure what the heck you want to do, but we can help you with it. Want to change the wheels or do a full exhaust or something like that, we could certainly help you. Got some guys in the area that specialize in these newer cars. We don't, but I can facilitate getting all that done for you. And again, financing, we use collector car lending. And if you give me a holler, I can give you a link to apply online. Be nice, quick, and easy. Again, my name is Phil. I'm the owner here at Carcraft Classics. My number is 770-317-1415. Feel free to call or text that number if you have any questions. Be glad to discuss trades as well. So just give me a holler, or we can be reached via email as well at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. I really appreciate you watching the video. Have a great day. God bless America.